How y'all doing? It's No Bandit back at you today. Today I'm going to discuss some of the most crazy attacks I've ever seen in prison in my 15 years in prison. One time I was working down the shop, Fort Madison's maximum prison, built to 1800s, right? One of the most dangerous prisons in the world at one point in time. I was down there, it's 23 lockdown, right? I was down there and I got a job in the shop doing furniture, custom furniture and all that. I go up to the bathroom. Lunchtime, we all sit at these tables. There's one bathroom back there. Go to the restroom. So there's cameras in the shop, but not back there by the bathroom area. So I go back to the bathroom, take a piss. This dude that I know kind of a little bit from the weight yard and running around the prison. I've seen him a few times. He's a younger dude and everything, right? So I didn't know him too well, but I knew who he was. So he stands next to me to take a piss. We're standing there taking a piss, and fucking this dude comes up behind him while I'm pissing beside him and slices his throat. Fucking slices his throat. Blood's gushing out. Fucking the CO fucking running over there. He's throwing up, getting sick. Fucking, it was disgusting as fuck. About cut dude's head off, man. It was fucking gross. So that dude was trying to go to a federal prison. See, he was doing life. So he just wanted to get out of there. He didn't care who he killed or, it could have been me, but I'm always watching what's up and shit. So I knew he wasn't coming for me, but it was a fucked up situation to see that. I seen the dude, a couple weeks later on the yard, big ass fucking scar, man. I'm like, damn, but he survived. I was happy to see him, at least he survived, but his whole side of his body was numb and shit from dude trying to fucking kill him. They're both doing life, but he's just trying to kill this dude, being ruthless just to go to federal prison. He was sick of the fucking state prison, Fort Madison there, so he tried to kill him. But another instance was down there in Fort Madison still, the same prison I was at, the Max Prison, right? Well, it consists of four dudes, four different dudes. I knew all the dudes from, all over prisons. Anamosa, I knew three of them from Anamosa. I came down to Fort Madison. I knew a couple of them from down there. Well, in the shop working, it was Habitat for Humanity. So there's tools, hammers, and ice picks, and fucking all kinds of shit, saws and saw blades. Well, there's two brothers down there, or twins. Well, these three dudes came from Anamosa down to Fort Madison. Okay, the dude's been down there doing life. The twins are doing life. Okay, well, these three dudes come down to Fort Madison from Anamosa. Okay, so their plan was to get this dude and to kill this dude. So, I was cool with that dude. I was cool with all of them. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, the dude heard the other three while he was in the bathroom talking about they're gonna fucking kill him. They're gonna get him, stab him up, cut his throat, do whatever they gotta do to kill this dude. It was over some situation from Anamosa. Somebody the three dudes knew there. The other guy from Fort Madison, it was his fall partner. Okay, so these three dudes come down from another joint to Fort Madison. Now they're gonna fuck this dude up because his fall partner was in Anamosa. You see, so it was a total situation. I don't know what the truth was, what happened, or what the situation was all about, but they're gonna get this dude. And he overheard him in the bathroom talking when he went by there, right? So, like the next couple, 2 or 3 days, when they're all working Habitat for Humanity, you know, this dude went and got fucking ice pick, a fucking hammer, some kind of saw blade, and he went and attacked all fucking three of these dudes, right? He stuck one dude in the ice pick in the back of the neck, fucking smashed dude in the head with the hammer, fucking cut one dude's throat, fucking. So he was damaging all these three fucking dudes, trying to kill them all because they were trying to plot to kill him. Well, ended up, it was shut the whole prison down. It's a fucked up situation, right? But he got the drop on them three dudes. You know what I mean? They were gonna kill him, so he tried to kill all three of them motherfuckers, right? But it was on the news. We were locked down. They all four went to the hospital. The one dude got out. The one dude, the three dudes were trying to kill, got out. Right? He had a little scratch because he got the jump on the other three dudes. You know, so they shouldn't be talking. You know what I'm saying? So the other three dudes still stayed in the hospital. I never knew what ended up with them guys because I got transferred to somebody else at some other prison after a while. So I never heard the full story of whatever happened to all them dudes. But they all survived, I think. Right? They got fucked up pretty bad though, trying to fuck with that dude. So the whole situation was fucked up, but you better be prepared. You know what I mean? You're gonna go kill someone or try to do some shit to somebody, right? He damn near killed all them motherfuckers, right? It's all in the newspaper, on the news and everything, same prison, Fort Madison, 23 lockdown, right? You know. Another time I was at Anamosa, back where I started my time out at. Just got there. It was crazy as hell. 1800s, built in 1800, max prison. I'm down at the weight yard working out and shit, right? Well, these two dudes come down there and fucking one dude's over there bench pressing. He's bench pressing like 315. He was a fucking big dude. He was short, like 5'6" or something, but he was fucking solid, huge, big dude, right? He's over there bench pressing 315. I'm just new, you know what I'm saying? These dudes come down there and fucking one dude has a dumbbell, one dude's got a 45-pound plate. They snuck up behind him. Fucking dude took the plate, fucking smashed his whole face in, fucking tore his nose off, tore his ear off. Other dude with dumbbells crashing him and shit. The weight falls on his chest. Fucking everything. Fuck that dude up big time. He had to go to the hospital, get fucking flighted out of there. Fucking, I seen that dude later on. Well, they fucking had a big fucking scar in his head like that long, a big ass fucking dent in his head. Well, they had to take the bone out of his head and put it in his nose. So his nose was fucking pointy like a Doberman Pinscher or something. It was fucking different. Big old pointy nose, right? Tore his ear off, had his ear back on there and shit. But fuck that dude up, right? It was a case of fucking, I think stealing. He was stealing from these dudes or whatever the fuck. 'Cause he's big and he thinks he can do and take what he wants from anybody, right? 'Cause he's big and shit, right? But these dudes weren't going for it. They come down there and fuck that dude up, right? A lot of people were scared of him and shit. But that's how it goes, right? Fuck around, get fucked up, man. They fucked that dude up big time, right? Then, same time, Anamosa, well, I've been there for a while at this point in time, but I'm standing there by the front door of fucking the Animal House, It's 1800s again, all concrete, old prison, you know what I'm saying? They got all different cell houses and shit. One's called Animal House. It's got 10 tiers all the way up, 10 galleys and shit all the way up. It's just outrageous in there, right? You can see by the name Animal House, Anyway, so I'm coming in. I don't know what I was doing, but I was coming in. I was on the porch area and shit. The COs are at the desk here. You can walk through the door right there, and there's the yard and shit. The sidewalk that goes to the yard, whatever. But I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, fuck, at the doorway, all of a sudden I hear a really loud fucking crack. And I'm like, fuck. I looked over there, and dude fucking, this lieutenant sergeant dude called this skinhead dude a rat. Called him a fucking rat in front of everybody and shit. So this dude, when the sergeant turned around, the sergeant was a dickhead anyway, piece of shit, right? He deserved that shit. So when he turns around, the fucking dude grabs that big old yellow fucking mop wringer thing and fucking crack. It was loud as hell when I heard it. Well, here comes the sergeant. He's coming walking. He's got glasses. They're hanging down, fucking full of blood, dripping down his face and shit. But he comes walking towards me. Help! Help! Like he's not coherent and shit, right? I'm just standing there like, get the fuck away from me. I'm not helping you. You know what I'm saying? And then he goes out to the porch and there's like 50 people outside. Everybody's fucking, yeah, clapping, cheering and shit. Fucking, they locked up like 14 dudes for fucking cheering and clapping and shit. Because dude got his head crashed in. We had that coming. He shouldn't be calling the inmate a rat. You know what I'm saying? Dude wasn't fucking around. So crushed his fucking head in. Blood everywhere. He's back at work though. 2 weeks later, big ass scar on the back of his head. Fucking walking around. He shaved his head. The lieutenant sergeant did, like he was tough. He came back in with that scar like fucking nothing's gonna break him, right? You know what I mean? It was a fucked up, funny situation. You know what I mean? Locking up dudes for fucking cheering and shit. You know what I'm saying? Pretty pathetic. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's some fucked up shit I seen while I was in the joint after my 15 years. I seen a lot more shit too, But those are just a few things up the top of my head that I remember, man. Some crazy ass shit, man, going on inside the prisons, right? Okay, guys, peace out. Have a good day, man. Later.